Da, 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 da. Welcome back, my friends. This is Bjjbrick Quick. My name is Byron. We're talking about jiu-jitsu. Is jiu-jitsu an art? Are sports arts, or are they not? I could argue either side of this. Maybe we'll come back to this and I'll kind of debate myself. I'm good at trying to see the side of both sides of arguments, and you definitely could see there's a bit of artistic development in jiu-jitsu as you create your own game, and your system becomes unique to you and your body type and your injuries and your preferences. And also, art doesn't involve a competition. There's no competitor. There's no person there stopping you from, blocking your paintbrush from hitting the canvas. That's very much what jiu-jitsu is as well. So it goes either way. We're just kind of talking about exploring the art side of jiu-jitsu. We talked last time about Bob Ross, and man, what a hit that show was. Wow. Didn't realize there'd be such a big reaction about Bob Ross. I'm, of course, kidding because I record these back-to-back, and it's yet to be released as my recording of this one. Anyway, I'm just imagining how big and successful that show was. So, with art, you've got to learn. Now, I did take an art class in either junior high or high school, and I took a ceramics class, and that's what I've learned about art. And I remember in the art class, they'd have you draw a sphere, and they would, you have like this, I don't know if it's like lead or charcoal or whatever, and you would need to shade the sphere and make it have, the part away from the light would be the darkest, and then it would go around, and you would have to kind of create that imagery that it was actually like a ball. Oh yeah, let's add a shadow to the ground, and how to do that, and what's the shadow of the spear going to be? A sphere. I'd probably do more spears. So, you learn how to shade things, and then you learn about the color wheel. I think I did most of my color wheel learning in kindergarten, and probably that was my best about that, combining yellow and blue and all these other colors that I guess I can't remember how they combine. Yellow and blue makes green, maybe. You kind of learn that about art. And if maybe I got more into painting in my art class, I think I mostly just drew stuff with a pencil. I don't remember. But I would have learned more about making a very nice periwinkle blue versus just the sky blue or the blueberry blue. You blend things to make them away. And there's a bit of formula for that, and a bit of how does it look on the palette versus, putting it on the canvas. Yet again, I'm out of my element on art. Yet again, look at the clock, and it's been 3 minutes. We've yet to talk about jiu-jitsu, so let's do this. Learn your basics of art. Learn how to shade things, learn how to, get some what you're looking at to the paper, learn about colors, learn about, I'm sure there's like multiple core things that you have to learn to be an artist. After you do that, nobody dreams of drawing spheres and like the cube. I remember drawing that cube, and this side of the cube is going to be this dark, and this side of the cube will be a little bit lighter, and the top of the cube is, it's all the light's hitting there, and the shadow is going to be this angle. Nobody dreams of that. But once you learn that, you could use the same thing to shade, back when I was in junior high, my monster that I was trying to draw, or whatever, maybe the band logo that I had written on my notebook. I'm going to shade that thing now. I've learned something. I'm going to make it better. And so you're doing what you want with the knowledge that you learned kind of in the core curriculum. Jiu-jitsu is the same way. You're in the fundamentals class, you're learning the basic stuff, you're getting some basic instruction about, how to do that double leg, how to do a single leg, how to pass a guard. And it seems like they don't work for quite a while because everybody knows what you're doing, but they do work. You just need to keep working it. You need to have a few different training partners, and some of them it'll work easier on, and then some will be nearly impossible for quite a while. But once you understand how the basic guard pass works, whichever one your instructor's showing you, there's not like the basic guard pass, but a fairly simple one, and your coach has put in your curriculum, I guess. Then you're able to make adjustments. You're able to deal with things that your training partner's throwing at you that's a little bit different. But if you don't understand the basics, if you don't understand how to make that cube and shade it properly, that's easier to say cube than sphere. I don't know. I'm having a hard time this morning. I got up a little too early maybe in doing this. Once you understand how to do the shading and how to mix the color that you want, then you can start to paint other things that are more interesting to you. Once you figure out the basic guard pass, you're able to add your own style into it. You're able to add a few elements to deal with what they do. And maybe instead of pass the guard into side control, you pass the guard, right into mount. Or maybe you get an attempt at their back as you pass. Or, you pass with pressure. Or you pass with the setup of your favorite submission. All these things. You can't do any of those unless you know the basics. Once you learn that, once you do the boring stuff, it's not boring, but like once you learn how to, I remember I was super proud of my my drawings of like this. Look at my sphere. It looks like it's like you could take it off the paper. Oh, it's just a piece of paper with a crappy drawing on it that I think I'm proud of. Once you learn that, it opens up the door. Now you can be more creative a little bit. And once you kind of learn that a little bit, and the whole grappling world is out there for you, I guess. This whole episode is like the basics are really important, the fundamentals. And then once you have the understanding of that, then you're able to play more within the system that is there for you. You understand the basic positions, then you're able to kind of borderline, work some kind of in between positions, or be happy in that kind of place where people aren't real familiar with. I don't know. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it's always strong to end a podcast with, I don't know. You guys get nothing but the best out of me today. If this has been one of your favorite episodes, all the artists out there, check us out on Patreon. We'd appreciate your support. We also have some audiobooks you can check out in the Bjjbrick store. One of them is your first year of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I talked to you in that as well about how important the basics are, and really what you should be focusing on that first year to get that that color palette understanding going on. Hope you have a great day, my friend. Doing a little jiu-jitsu, a little bit of art today. I hope you get to, and stay sweaty.